Gentlemen, how are you all doing?
I am doing good. How are you
So,
guys?
Mr. Johan, how are you doing? That's the weirdest face any human being ever made. What is wrong with you? Anyway, yeah, so today we are joined by... remember last time we said anyone who wants to join us can join us? Yeah, he did. So now he's on the...
I'm never good in presenting myself, so
So, I'm Nas. For now, I'm Nasser, but we will get to know each other.
Remember last time we were talking about racism?
Yeah.
And we said we'd revisit the conversation?
Cool.
I think that would be a good thing to start with.
Alright.
Do you think the world is racist?
sadly, yes.
If you guys have been reading the news, there's Texas
Right.
is going through very weird weather. It's really cold. They don't have power. People are literally freezing in their houses.
Yeah.
So there's a senator from Texas, Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
And a lot of people took many photos and videos of him taking a flight to go to Cancun in Mexico. He was running away from the cold. He was taking his family away from it. Ted Cruz has been this guy who's very hardline on immigration. So he keeps saying people should not come to America. It doesn't matter if you're running from problems or not, just don't come to America. Build a wall to prevent Mexicans from coming to the US. Like, he's always been with that rhetoric. So when he was caught on this flight and reporters asked him, his explanation was, I was just trying to be a good parent. I was just trying to take my family out of this cold in Texas. And then someone tweeted and said, so are you saying that it's okay for people to try to run away from problems and go to other countries?
Yeah.
Which is exactly what he's been saying people should not do. So that was just to show the hypocrisy of how people tend to be racist when it's convenient for them, and to be not racist also when it's convenient.
It's true.
So, for example, back in the 50s, I think 51 or something, there was a nuclear accident in a nuclear power plant in the UK, in some village. And the only reason we don't know about it today is because they managed to prevent disaster. But it could have been, 1 degree in either direction, it could have been same as Chernobyl. The only reason we know about Chernobyl is because it became a disaster.
Yeah.
But the one in England, we don't know about it because they managed to somehow stay safe. So there was a guy who made a video about it, and one of the comments he made in the video was that, at least in the UK, he said, we keep talking about how Russia is this horrible government, but we pretty much did the same thing in the UK. Like, we hid this information from the public. And then he said, at least the UK did not put people in gulags. And I was like, hold up. I am from Kenya. The British did put people in gulags.
Yeah.
Just not British people. Every other place. Go to any country that was colonized by Britain. You'll hear all these horror stories about what Britain did to them. And what was the basis for it? Racism. I'm white, therefore I'm better than you. Simple as that. So, sadly, what you're saying is true. Racism, not going anywhere.
Correct. Now, this guy that you were talking about, the one that
Cruz?
he's running from
He's from Texas. Texas, and he went to Cancun in Mexico.
Okay. So from US to Mexico.
To Mexico.
Okay.
Yet he keeps saying Mexicans should not come.
Okay, why he did? That's I understand. But why he didn't move from US to another place in US where there is no cold or there is no snow?
Because anytime you try to understand a racist human being, you will just hurt your
Exactly. It doesn't make sense that he says that. And he didn't do the same in his country itself. If he think and he says that, people from Mexico should not move to US, and that is basically racism.
Yeah.
He should move to a safe place where there is no cold in the US itself. Why are you moving to others just in the reason to protect your family and your kids?
You know what's so weird about Ted Cruz? You know what his full name is? Rafael Eduardo Cruz.
Exactly, Cruz. I was thinking like
that is the most Mexican
Cruz going to Mexico.
Yeah, it was. It is the most Spanish sounding name you could think of.
But
So his ancestors are probably from, whatever, Spanish, Mexico, whatever. And also, I always find it very weird when an American says people should not come to this country. And I'm like,
exactly.
where did your grandfather come from again?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are not from this place. Your ancestors are not from this place. So why suddenly this whole no one should come here? Because what exactly happened? So I think racist people are just difficult to understand.
And also racism is so many things. It's
Yeah,
not
it presents
only one
itself
thing.
in so many different
Yeah.
ways.
So many different. You can find it in a different ways with different people, different places, different thinking. It's not fixed thing. For example, white and black.
No.
And you find it all over the world. It goes with people how they deal with each other on daily basis. People how they look to each other. People how they treat each other. Yeah.
You can even bring it down to tribalism. I am from Kenya. We're all black. We pretty much look the same.
Yeah.
But there are more than 40 different groups, different cultures, different languages, all of this. So a lot of times you'll always hear one group that feels they're superior to everyone else. And they'll keep saying all these things, only someone from this group should be president. Or, something like that. Or people from this group are more educated than people from that other group. Or people from this other group are savage. There will always... I think it's just a disease that human beings have, where you always have to fall back into some tribal grouping. In India, for example, if Indians are out there watching, I'm not insulting anyone, it's just a fact. Indians have this caste system, which again is based on skin color. So it goes to, the lighter you are, the more superior, I guess. Or if you belong to a certain caste, if you're a warrior caste or a leader or, priest class, you're better than these other people who are the underclass and they're slaves. And it's so bad in India, there are people who can never ever get certain jobs despite their level of education, just because they belong to their own caste. Or people from one caste cannot marry into an upper caste. It's just, I don't know when people will understand that we are all on this rock together, The sooner we start getting along, the easier for all of us. Simple as that. But, Mr. Johan.
Yeah, true. No, the thing is, what you're saying is true. Caste system and all that is that was the basis. That's where it all started and it keeps on going, right?
Yeah.
And I'll go back to a point where what you mentioned last time.
Yeah.
Open racism, okay, fine, we get it. But it's the most dangerous thing, like you said, is the hidden racism.
Yeah.
So this is what everybody should look out for and be aware of. When they're basically HR people.
Yeah.
I have seen that happen so many times. They profile you based on where you are, from where
What
you
you
are.
look like, where
what
you're
you
from.
look like. It exists in so many levels and it's so widely accepted. Imagine you're working for HR, human resources, right? So you should be taking care of all the human resource that you have in your company, and you're responsible for that. And the thing is, you shouldn't be partial. Yeah. But they don't fight back. They go with the corporate management saying, okay, you can only pay this much to this person, and they're okay with it, and they go with it, and they hire you like that. So that's really wrong. So if everybody should keep a lookout for that. And if you find something like that, because I have seen many people who got job offers and they go along with it. They're fine, I'll do it.
I need a job and I need the money, so I might as well.
Yeah, have some self-respect, I guess. I know it's a desperate situation, but if we keep doing this, I don't think there will be any kind of solution coming up for this. There won't be a solution. These people will always strive. The racist people will always strive. The companies, the corporations, they will always strive, and this will keep going on.
The only solution is for us to band together against them.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And it's even like you said, it's on many different platforms, like in sports. I think last week was the Australian Open, and there was this woman who was playing against Serena Williams. I don't remember her name, and she lost. And then she was very upset at the end of the match and she smashed her racket on the ground. And then the commentator was saying how it's very stressful playing against Serena Williams because she's so good. And we understand this woman is very frustrated. She's letting out her anger, blah, blah, blah. Only one problem. I think a year ago, Serena was in an exact similar situation. She lost and she was upset and she smashed her racket. She was fined. They said she was showing poor sportsmanship. Some cartoonist in Australia drew a very racist cartoon of her and said she's a sore loser, blah, blah, blah. Same as there was this, I think I even mentioned it before. The other woman, the Russian woman who used to play against her, and people would say Serena was more physical and stronger. Yet this other woman is physically bigger than Serena Williams. Like if they stand close to each other, you can see Serena is the smaller one.
Yeah.
But the media describes her as being the bigger one and stronger.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like all these things, enslavement, it was all on the basis of black people being able to do physical labor.
Exactly.
So saying black people are bigger, stronger, all these things.
I think it's all because of fear of competition. They fear that these people will be like faster than us, stronger than us. For example, let's say, okay, I have my country, I don't want to accept them because I'm fearing that they will take jobs of my own people because they are hungry, they want to work. Not like us.
Someone made a joke.
I think that's it.
Someone made a joke and said, if someone comes to your country with zero connections, zero money, zero resources, and takes a job from you, you're an idiot.
Exactly. This is the thing.
Like, you deserve to lose that job because this guy came from thousands of miles away. No connections, no nothing. But based purely on qualification, they got the job.
Yeah.
So then you're stupid.
Exactly. So this is the point. So if they take the job, if they make their way, they deserve it. So,
and like what he said, people are very scared of competition.
Yeah.
And they see someone from another country like coming and taking your job, and they're literally scared of that happening because they know that they're I wouldn't say inferior, but they feel like
they know that in a fair competition they would lose.
Yeah. So what they do is they're like,
They try to find a reason to disqualify you from the competition.
Exactly.
I mean, human beings are just evil.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot easier to not deal with human beings than to deal with human beings. I don't know if that makes sense. Honestly, a lot of times it's way easier not to deal with people.
exactly.
You know, I've seen this meme where it says there are so many situations you could have avoided just by being a horrible human being. Rather than being kind to people and having to deal with them.
Exactly.
You could have avoided those situations just by being like, nope, I'm not engaging in this, leave me alone.
Yeah.
I know I'm black, and in the racist class of things, I am at the bottom. It doesn't matter, I'm still smarter than you. In a fair competition, I'll still beat you. So
I'm okay with it.
it doesn't matter. You be racist, that's your own problem. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, as you said, the solution is let's just get together, like surround yourself with good people, with people who are with your same convictions, and let's just get together and try to stop this.
You know, which reminds me of a story. I think you've been in a similar situation. 2 countries. We applied for visas to these different countries, and then I was denied a visa to both countries. And one of the countries gave the reason that I couldn't prove that after the 1 week I wanted to go to that country, I was going to leave. So then I was like, okay, let me do the math. I look at my salary. I'm like, I make good money. I look at that country. At that point, they were going through a horrible economic situation. I was like, I'm a tourist. I am bringing money to your country. Your country is in a whole lot of trouble right now. I wouldn't want to live in that country. I'm just coming there to look and go like, oh, so this is what this place looks like. And then I leave. That's it. But then they're like, no, you can't. Why would I want to live in your dump of a country? I don't want to live there.
Think about it this way, okay?
Yeah.
With the advancement of technology, right? AI and everything is taking over, right? What if AI starts becoming racist?
AI, by the way, AI is already racist. And Alex, yeah, it is. And it's not the AI that's racist. It's the racist convictions of the people who design it that makes the AI racist. So a very simple example. A lot of the people who work in tech, like in Silicon Valley, they're white. So when they design all these things, it's optimized for white people. There was a story of some guy who was in an airport in Belgium, and he was trying to get soap from a dispenser. So when he puts his hands under the thing, it doesn't recognize black skin. So he thought that thing wasn't working. Then he moved to the next one. Then some white guy came, put his hands, and it dispensed soap. And then they both looked at each other like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah.
It happens a lot bigger. I remember it used to happen with me. I won't mention the company, but there was a specific phone that had a camera whose, no, it wasn't a phone, it was a watch, whose blood pressure monitoring wouldn't recognize my skin. I'm not kidding. And then my colleague, a white woman, when she put it on her wrist, it worked immediately.
That's very interesting.
I am not kidding.
No, but I think Johan's point was the learning machine.
Yeah, it will learn and it will become racist. I mean,
Exactly. How is going to learn how to deal with these people based on what? So that's maybe the point that
garbage in, garbage out. Depends on the basis how it was
Who
designed.
made it? Who designed it?
Depends on the intention of the person who designed
So,
it.
but it learns by practice.
exactly. So AI and machine languages and AI is different. Machine languages you program and it does what it's supposed
What
to
it's
do.
designed to do.
Like the soap dispenser,
Yeah.
right? But AI is a little bit different. AI keeps on learning.
Learning.
It learns, it adopts, it captures big data, and it learns, right?
It learns from what?
It learns from
Learns
people.
From
From
the
God.
It learns from data.
Data.
Yeah.
Source
Where
code.
does that data come from?
I'll tell you that data is basically your usage pattern that you use with that device, because you are basically teaching the learning machine based on what you are doing. Same what we have in smartphones, like the
I think we're
badge.
talking about two separate things.
Exactly.
Usage is completely different. Usage will be fair depending on the pool of people who use it. If it's only, for example, Arabic people who use a certain product, that product will tend to lean towards Arab norms. But if it's Arab, black, South African, Malaysian, if it's a bigger group of people, then its learning will be a bit more fair. But then the other end of it is when a machine is learning based on data. I always go back to the US. So for example, in the US, the black population is about 15%, but the prison population of black people is, I think, about 60%. Yeah. So black people make up disproportionately higher prison population. And black people tend to get longer sentences for similar crimes. If a black person and a white person are caught smoking marijuana with 5 grams of marijuana, the white person will probably get 3 months, the black guy will get 15 years. That's how American society is. This is a fact. This is what they do. Now imagine if a machine is learning from that. The machine will be like, looks like society is saying black people deserve longer life sentences. So what will the machine do? That's what the machine will believe, because that's what society is doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what
AI can also be racist.
Exactly. It cannot start learning from
It just
scratch.
depends on where it's getting its data.
Exactly.
See, that's exactly what I'm trying to say, because if this pattern continues, if people are racist and we tend to be racist, the AI, which is the future, will learn from us to be racist.
Yeah.
Which is really
And now-
scary.
Forget scary. Yeah, scary because the AI will be efficiently racist.
Yeah.
It will be very efficient at being racist. And
Precisely.
we will be in a few problems.
Like precisely racist.
I'll tell you how dangerous this could be. You know China, right?
Yeah.
China is it's controlled, like it's super controlled.
Yeah.
So I was watching this documentary. It's on BBC, I guess. So how the future of human civilization. So there's this guy. He crosses the road from one place which is not like he doesn't use the zebra crossing, right?
Yeah.
So he crosses the road. The camera identifies this guy. He's within 20 seconds he gets a receipt on his WeChat. You were
For a
fine,
fine, yeah.
and your fine got deducted from your VPay.
So the money was taken without his consent.
Yeah. So it was taken and everything is done and you get a receipt. Now imagine, this is all done with AI, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine if this AI is racist.
Like,
I mean, imagine that. Oh my goodness, that will be scary.
Yeah.
That will be scary. So I don't know how we can stop it, but yeah, just a
The
thought.
only way to stop all these things from happening is for human beings to become sensible.
Correct.
Unfortunately, there are just too many of us on the planet for all of us to agree on a single thing. I mean, we can't even agree that there's climate change when we can see places like Texas are freezing. And you're like, no, climate change isn't a thing. We can't even agree on a thing that's right in your face.
Yeah.
So how are you going to agree on AI and racism?
Yeah.
Correct.
Let's talk about less depressing things.
Yeah.